Welcome to the 10th and final webinar in the NatRoad Back to Basics series on awards and national employment standards. My name is Michelle and I'm pleased to introduce our speaker, Kylie James. Kylie is a human resources and industrial relations specialist and advisor to NatRoad members. Kylie will talk about the Fair Work Information Statement and Casual Employment Information Statement. Over to you, Kylie.
Thank you, Michelle, and thank you to our listeners for joining us for the Back to the Basics series. Today, we're going to talk about the information that you need to provide for your employees right at the start of their employment. And there's two things that we need to provide them. One is the Fair Work Information Statement, and then if you're a casual, you also get a Casual Employment Information Statement. These are prescribed under the National Employment Standards. And what they do is provide information about the relevant to their an employee's employment so that they understand the concepts of what happens in relation to industrial relations and their employment. So they're the two things that we're going to cover off today. So firstly, we'll start with the Fair Work Information Statement. The Fair Work Information Statement must be provided to all employees by employers. So it has information on the National Employment Standards, the right to request flexible working arrangements, modern awards, making agreements under the Fair Work Act of 2009, and that's the act that governs all of the industrial relations in the federal workplace relations system, individual flexibility agreements, freedom of association and workplace rights, otherwise known as general protections, termination of employment, the right of entry, and the role of the Fair Work Ombudsman and the Fair Work Commission. The statement can be provided in a couple of different ways. So it can be provided to employees in person, by email, by mail, by emailing a link to the page on the website. So we've got a copy of the Fair Work information on the website, or you can go to the Fair Work Ombudsman website and get that from there. You can also link a copy of the Fair Work Information Statement on the employer's intranet as well, by fax or any other method when you're talking with that particular employee. So as long as it's given to them at the beginning of their employment. That's the main thing here. The Casual Employment Statement is very similar. However, it is specific for casual employees, and it must be given to a casual employee at the beginning of their employment as well. And it has information on the definition of a casual employee, when an employer has to offer casual conversion, when an employer doesn't have to offer casual conversion, when a casual employee can request casual conversion entitlements of casual employees employed by small business employers, and the role of the Fair Work Commission to deal with disputes about casual conversion. So as you can see, it's very specific about casual employment. So the casual employees receive a copy of the Fair Work Information Statement as well as the Casual Employment Information Statement. You only have to give it to an employee once in a 12-month period. So if you have casuals that are continuously working with you, irregularly over a couple of years, you only have to give them once in any 12-month period. You can give the employees it again in person, by mail, by email. You can provide a link to the Fair Work Ombudsman website. You can provide it on your employer intranet. You can give it by fax and any other method that you might have in your business. Again, it is best practice to provide a copy of the statement to the employee at the beginning of their employment. You can do this through when you're asking for all your payroll information, so bank details, personal information that you need for your payroll system. So in summary, employers must provide all new employees with the Fair Work Information Statement. They also must provide casual employees with the Casual Employee Information Statement. The fairwork.gov.au website has the most recent versions of the statements, and what we'll do is include a link to those on our members portal, so you can actually have the up-to-date links to those as well. So thank you again for your time today, and I'll hand back to Michelle.
Thank you, Kylie. And remember, if you're an NatRoad member, you can call for advice on this topic or any of the other topics in the webinar series. Our number is 1-800-272-144, or you can email membership@natroad.com.au. Thank you to PACA and the Dealer Industry Fund for sponsoring this webinar.